Hey guys, how are you? So happy to be connecting with you. Today I want to talk about the winter blues, winter depression, winter darkness. I don't know about you guys, but I've been having a lot of heaviness come up. I've been feeling like I've been like in a dark cloud on some days where there's just like kind of this heavy compression or pressure in my head and all kinds of feelings of like lack and unworthiness coming up and just like doubt, all the fun stuff that comes with darkness. And at one moment I was just like, whoa, this is pretty intense. If I didn't know any better, if I didn't know that this was just an opportunity for me to clear something from my field, from my consciousness, then I might be pretty worried right now. I might be kind of scared because it can feel really dark. And the thing about depression is, or like going through a day of depression, or when you're clearing like an old pattern of unconsciousness, it doesn't feel positive when it's happening. That's the thing about depression and darkness and all of this clearing that we go through to raise our vibration. While this stuff is coming up, because guys, it has to come up. The unconsciousness, the patterns, the conditioning, the unworthiness, the self-hatred, any hate at all, the anger, the fear, it exists in the body. So it has to be alchemized. And to alchemize it, to transmute it, to release it, we have to feel it. It has to come up. That's part of anchoring in newer, higher energies, higher vibrations, higher fields of consciousness, however you want to look at it. When we're evolving into, if 5D resonates for you, evolving into pure consciousness, just evolving into a higher frequency of being. As we're doing that, as we're bringing in the higher energies, it of course is going to illuminate everything that is unconscious within us. That's what awareness does. And that's really what when people say higher frequencies, higher vibrations, it's just a higher level of awareness, a more expanded awareness. And when that comes into the body, when that light comes into the body, it's going to really shine a bright light on everything that is unconscious. Everything that needs to be either integrated or let go of. And that's the beautiful opportunity that a really cold and dark winter can bring into your life. I know for me, it's been negative degrees here. I don't know how many days. It just feels never ending. Thankfully, a little break is coming up soon and it's gonna be like 30 degrees and sunny, which is gonna feel like summer vacation for me. But through this darkness, I just wanted to shoot this video to tell you guys that this is a huge opportunity. This is a positive sign. This is a good thing. And even though it doesn't feel positive, and even though it might feel overwhelming and like, have I done something wrong? Have I gone backwards? I'll just share my own example. I know that helps to relate all of these concepts for you guys. A few days ago, literally a few days ago, 3 or 4 days ago, I just had so much spirit flowing through me. I was so inspired. It was just effortless, just in the flow. Maybe, yes, more than I had ever been. And it felt so empowering. And I was so sure about everything. I was just in this beautiful alignment. And life was just, it was just so much divinity and openness and love and trust and confidence and all these beautiful aspects that we do the inner work for, right? That we feel when we start hiring our consciousness. But over the last few days, right after that, literally a day after, all of a sudden, this heavy darkness was on me. It was like a cloud, like I said, a cloud in my head. My body felt listless and completely lethargic. I was lifeless. I didn't want to do anything at all. I tried to sit down and write a few times and there was just nothing coming through at all. I didn't want to meditate. I didn't want to go to my yoga mat. I just kept like grabbing my phone and like, please, something out here, make me feel better in here because I don't want to feel this darkness. And that's when it's really hard, is when we've had a few good days or a really good day. And then the next day it's like time to clear. And the clearing is never as fun. So of course I was resisting it like bloody hell. It's like, I don't want to be feeling these feelings of lack, these feelings of self-worth. And I was all, of course, the mind's like, why is this happening? What have we done? We had such a great day. How did we screw it up? But realizing you didn't screw anything up and I didn't screw anything up. What happens often after a really high day where we're super in alignment and are allowing our higher self to act through us is we have expanded. We've taken in more light. Our consciousness is growing. So that means that we need to go within and clear more of the darkness or unconsciousness. So it's actually a really good sign. It's not like that unconsciousness, it was always there to begin with, right? It was just really deeply buried within me. And it took reaching a level of consciousness, a higher level of awareness and consciousness, for me to be able to see it. For me to have the awareness of it. And once we have the awareness of it, the consciousness of it, then we can allow the body to do what it naturally does on its own, which is alchemize the darkness, the unconsciousness, just transmute it, to integrate it, and to love it eventually. And that's the number one thing I want to let you know is this happens automatically. There's no doing involved. If you're dealing with the winter depression, winter darkness, you don't have to do anything. You just have to let your body do what it naturally wants to do. Your body naturally wants to evolve. Your consciousness naturally wants to evolve and expand. This is more about letting go than achieving any type of result. So if you're feeling darkness, just allow it. Allow it. Do your best not to resist it. Try, if you can, not to just go reach for something in the external world, whether that's scrolling on your phone, that's my favorite. Eating shitty food that you know doesn't serve you. Or anything else that you know is just kind of a bad habit that you do to escape not wanting to feel certain feelings. And do your best, and if you mess up and fall off, I do it all the time. I fall off all the time. So I'm one to tell you firsthand, it's okay. Just keep walking forward. Be gentle, be easy with yourself. Know that this process of alchemizing darkness, of alchemizing unconsciousness into consciousness, know that this process takes time. And at first it can seem almost to get worse before it gets better, because when we start becoming more aware, we're like, holy shit, there's a lot of, negativity here. It's always been there, you just weren't aware of it. So things aren't getting worse, you're just having a huge release, which is extremely, extremely cathartic and profound. So yeah, guys, come into your heart. Allow yourself to feel the depression, the darker feelings. And the key here when you're feeling them is, when you're feeling unworthiness, when you're feeling lack, when you're feeling emotional desperation, sadness, deep grief, anger, fear, anxiety, panic, any of these things, when you're feeling them, know that the thoughts it brings up are not true. Because anything below love is not true. Because love is truth. Love is the truth. So if you're thinking any negative thoughts about your self-image, about who you are, any thoughts based in lack or fear or anything of that nature, you know it's not true, because only love and abundance and joy and peace, only these feelings are true. But that doesn't mean that we don't honor the unconsciousness, that we don't honor our wounds, that we don't show our trauma when it comes up. Compassion. You honor it by feeling it. That's all that's necessary, by feeling it and feeling into your heart. And bringing as much love to those darker, negative feelings as you possibly can. And if you can't bring love, if that's too big a jump right now, I get it. 2 days ago, I couldn't bring love to my darkness in that moment. Bring surrender, bring acceptance, bring just letting go. And slowly what you'll notice is that surrender, that non-resistance, it turns into love. It turns into love. And then when you're able to love those darker aspects, they no longer have anything else to teach you. And then they release. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I love you all so much. If you're having a darker winter, if you're having darker emotions and energies, just know it's okay. Accept the darkness, allow it up, and watch how it alchemizes. Watch how it transforms. See you in the next video. Namaste.